The October Tackle Club COD box. Too big for a box, so we're going to open the bag. Right, where to start? Let's start off with this one from our friends at Rapala, the X Wrap Scoop. Long casting, sinking. Now this obviously looks like just a great big fancy colourful spoon, which it practically is. It's just Rapala's version of the classic spoon type lure. So something like this, you can chuck the swivel on the back of it, troll it behind you. So what I like to do with this is cast it out, let it sink down on that sink. It's just going to flutter, you know, quite horizontally on that sink. And then when it hits the bottom, you can hop it up, go into a slow to medium roll, pause, let it sink back down again. But essentially you're covering a lot of that bottom of the water column area where these big fat lazy cod are going to be down there on their bellies waiting for any sort of snack or meal to go past. If you're fishing somewhere a bit snaggy though and thick with structure, then you're going to jump over to this one from Oz Spin Lures, the Cod Botherer Chatterbait. Pre-rigged with a nice, I've got a Yabby soft plastic on the back of mine, but something like this, if you've never fished with a chatterbait, is phenomenal for cod. Normally one of the first lures I tie on to my rod when I go cod fishing, because the big blade on the front just gives off mass vibration and flash on that retrieve. You can pause, let it sink back down tight to the structure, work it out, and it is fairly snag resistant because of the big blade on the front. So if I'm not fishing a spinnerbait, normally I'll chuck on a chatterbait, because you can just cover a lot of ground with these. Pepper out casts, covering all the different snags in the river system or dam system that you're fishing. Phenomenal little lure to be using. Next hard body in the list in the cod box this month is the Danzante J from Pontoon 21. This is a single jointed bibbed swim bait, essentially. This is a floating version as well, but only a shallow version. It's only going to go 30 centimeters to half a meter deep. So something like this, early morning, late afternoon, when these cod are coming up onto the flats to feed, it's going to be a perfect place to throw one of these around big swim bait, just swimming all over the flats, only covering the shallower water, which is going to be perfect. So we're covering several different depths with all the different lures. If you need to go bigger, you want to go big or go home. And here from Swim Baits Australia, they have a big single jointed glide bait, pre-rigged, ready to go straight out of the box. Tie it on, let it sink down, and obviously if you haven't done swim baiting for big cod before, now's your chance to get into it. Something like this is a big cod catcher. Swim baits have seen a huge growth in popularity within the cod fishing community, and there's a reason, because they just catch huge fish. I'm going to be using this in similar places to the Danzante J. So obviously along the flats, if you've got weed edges as well, going to be perfect, especially if you've got a nice little drop off to the original riverbed if you're fishing a dam. If you're fishing really snaggy areas, I probably wouldn't opt for the big swim bait, because you probably won't get it back. It'll probably just get snagged up and you'll lose it. That's where I'm going to jump back over to the chatterbait in the box as well. And that's it for the cod box this month. If you want to check it out or any of the others in the range, just head to www.tackleclub.com.au, pick a box that's right for you, and welcome to the club.